Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Kiddies World with Lola, fun, educative, and inspiring. You are welcome. This is a fresh episode of Kiddies World with Lola, a fun, inspiring, and educative children's show. Showing right here every Saturday on Western Spring Television, channel 190 DTT on Star Times. How are you doing today? You're good, you're great, you're fantastic. I'm so happy to know that. And we want to appreciate you for viewing us every now and then. I mean, you don't get tired. You're such a wonderful viewer that would not, stop at anything to ensure you join us on this educative children's program. Thank you so much for that. And we say you're a star and you're the real MVPs. And we also like to say a warm welcome to all our audience today. Look at our audience, they're great. I know schoolwork is so hectic right now. We want to get ready for exams, but these ones have still said, oh no, we have to be on the show with you, Lola, and so they are here. Put your hands together for yourself. Thank you for coming. You're simply the best. All right, so on today's episode of Kiddies World with Lola, we have interesting, as usual, just like we have interesting and entertaining segments that will inform you, it will educate you, and this segment will also entertain you, our wonderful viewers. On today's show, we have the teaching segment where I'll be teaching and educating us on something very important. In fact, I will be teaching us a lifelong skill. And of course, we brought back on the interview segment today our darling guest. You all will remember her by the time you see her face. I mean, that episode was just wow. And so we brought her back today for a part 2 of what she started. But today we're going to be talking on something entirely different. But don't worry, you're going to enjoy that discussion and you're sure going to learn. So daddies and mommies, yes, teenage, brother, sister, it's time to gather around the screen and enjoy this program today, okay? And during the teaching segment, like I said, we will have before, I'll be teaching dining etiquette tips. Yes, dining etiquette tips that will not make you embarrass yourself. I know. You'll not be like, oh, what do I do? How do I behave? No, don't worry. You're going to learn how to just behave yourself while you're at the dining, and the best practice, the best behavior that you can adopt while at the dining table. So ensure you do not miss any segment on today's program. And let me also remind you that festive period is around the corner, holiday is approaching, and I know you'll be doing a lot of, mommy, let's go and visit these people. Oh, mommy, let's have a dinner, let's have a lunch somewhere. Yes, let's eat out to go to this eatery, 5-star hotel, that dream place. I know you'll be going there. So you don't want to get there and then you look at your cutlery, you don't even know what to do. You look at the table, you're not sure of how to comport yourself. Don't worry, you'll sure learn how exactly to behave and how not to behave while you are at the dining today. So you watch out, get your exercise books ready. Remember, I always suggest to you that you have a notebook for Kiddies World with Lola so that you can jot down things that you learn and probably share with your friends when they come around for a sleepover or when they come around to say hello to you, okay? So I need you to just get ready and stay tuned right now. Now, let me say kudos to those of you who are, I know examination is starting. Some of you have started already, while some will be commencing their examination next week. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just make sure you do your part. prepare well enough, okay? And make sure that you revise. Don't just say, oh, I've read. Still revise what you have read, okay? And get your writing materials ready. Today's game segment is going to involve everybody, and you know we're going to play that game. Name of name of oh, you know it already, so just get ready and play along with us. Join us every Saturday at 1 p.m. on this television station to enjoy fresh episodes of this exciting children's show. We'll go on a short break right now, and when we are back, we'll begin all the interesting activities on the show today. Kiddies World with LOLAH. It is fun, educative, and inspiring. See you soon. It's Kiddies World with LOLAH. Everybody, KWWL.
Kiddies World with LOLAH.
Oh, Kiddies World with LOLAH. Fun, educative, and inspiring. Oh, yes, that's it. That's it. All right. So welcome back. In case you're just tuning in, this is Kiddies World with LOLAH. And LOLAH is just about to start teaching. Yes, we have the teaching segment. And I want to teach just about 10, not so much. Is it too much? Don't worry, that's because I want you to learn. So I'm going to be teaching some dining etiquette tips. Let me do a quick recap of what etiquette is. Etiquette is the right way of doing things. All right. So etiquette is the right way of doing things. Like you must have heard me say, there are quite a number of, ways people do things, but there are few ways to doing them correctly. And that is why etiquette knowledge is very important. So come to think of it, dining etiquette, there are acceptable ways of behaving at the dining table, and there are ways you dare not, okay, behave when you're at the dining table. So let's look at some dining etiquette tips, okay, that are useful for you to know. Number one, children, listen. Always say please and thank you when asking for something or receiving something. Now, many of us think it just has to do with our friends, in the classroom, or when you are with an elderly person. No, it's not only for when you are in a social gathering. It's also necessary to know how to say, please pass me the salt. Oh, please pass me the spoon. Please give me a bottle of water or a cup of water. You need to learn how to say please and thank you. So please get me a cup of water. I receive it. Oh, thank you for the cup of water. That is expected of you. Don't just say to people, give me water, Joe. You know how we say it in this part of the world. So please ensure that you use please and thank you. You see, I even said please for asking you to do the proper thing. Okay, so that is number one. Number two, you see, when you sit at the dining table, I know there is no dining here, but I sure know that you have dining table in your house. When you're sitting at the dining, make sure you keep your elbows off. Where is your elbow? Over here. So don't place your elbow on the dining table like this, then we'll not be eating or no. You don't place your elbow on the dining table. That is a no. And also, you don't talk with your mouth full. Now, just imagine you just cooked the food into your mouth, and then somebody says, what was the end of the movie last night? The end of the movie is that the father no, that is not so good. Don't talk while there is food in your mouth. What are you supposed to do if there is food in your mouth and somebody is asking you a question right on the dining table? You just use your hand to say, oh. All right, yes. So what happened? You just talk like that. But if you talk with food in your mouth, there is possibility for you to split the food in your mouth to people. Imagine you're talking, there's food in your mouth, and you just sneeze. What will happen? You will just spray everybody with the porridge or the soup or the stew in your mouth, and that will create a big mess. So don't talk with your mouth full. It is not right. Number 3 tip for dining etiquette is that you should use your utensils properly. Use your utensils properly and don't reach across the table for something you need. So here it is. I have my imaginary dining table here. My sister is here. My brother is here. My dad and mom are the other side of the dining table. And I need the salt. I need the salt, and the salt is not by my side. The salt is across the dining table, over to this side where mommy is sitting. I'm not supposed to put my hand across the table to reach for the salt. No, I'm supposed to tell my brother who is right here to say, oh, Tolu, please tell mom to pass the salt. Tell mom to pass the salt. So mommy will pass the salt to Tolu. Tolu will pass the salt to me. That's the right thing to do. Don't raise your hand over across the table for anything that you need. I hope you got that gist, and I hope you won't do that again. Let's go to tip number 4. Number 4 says, wait until everyone has been served before you start eating. I know. Lola, you don't even know. I can come back from school and be very famished. I cannot wait till the moment when me serve my food like this. That one that will be working sluggishly will not go and pick his food in the kitchen on time. All right, that's fine. We understand. But do you know that whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well? And you don't really have an excuse for behaving inappropriately. No, you don't. So the right thing to do is to wait until everyone has been served before you start eating. Oh, what do you say? You say, bless you. When someone sneezes like that, you say, oh, bless you. Or you say, take care. You should not just say, oh, this one will sneeze into our food. No, no, no. You should show some empathy and say, oh, bless you. Or, take care. Is that clear? Very good. Let's move on to tip number 5. What are you supposed to do while you're at the dining? Be polite and courteous to your fellow diners. Be polite to them. Don't say, see this one, see how he's even eating. As if he has not eaten that kind of food in his house before. Or you say, oh, this one, is it not because my mommy gave you food? That's why you don't even have any food here. No, that's not good. Is it not because of the food that you came to our house? Oh, I know some children can be that. But it is not right. Be polite to your fellow diners. Other people that are dining need, to know that they are welcomed, and they need to see good manners coming from you. So be polite and courteous. Thank you. Oh, may I? Oh, after you. All of that will matter to do to your fellow diners. And number 6 is, this has to do with napkin, the use of napkin. Now, many of us do not know that when we are eating, if you are no longer a toddler, a toddler? Yes, that is still crawling, that is still being backed and carried like this. That's a toddler, okay? But you're in primary 2, you're in primary 5, you're in JSS 2 and 3, you're in senior class. When you're using your napkin, don't put your napkin here. You're not supposed to put your napkin on your neck or the collar of your clothes. Only toddlers and babies are allowed to have that done to them. When you are at the dining table, after you have moved to the dining, move the chair out, sit properly, and I've taught you before that the distance between you and your dining table must be at least 1 hand span like this. So while you're seated, take the napkin from the table, unfold it very neatly and quietly. Don't flip it like this. No, that's wrong. Just take it, unfold it gently, and put it on your lap. Yes, place the napkin on your lap and never on your neck. Only babies do that, okay? And don't use your napkin to wipe your face. This soup is peppery. In fact, please turn on the fan. The heat. You now take your food napkin, your dining napkin, you now use it to rub your face to clean sweat. Oh, that's not too good. All right. So don't do that. If you do that, always, okay? And don't forget, we do not place our napkin on our collar. We place it on our laps. Very good. Let's move on to tip number 7. Yes, whenever you're drinking from a glass, okay? Don't hold your glass cup by the don't hold it by the base, okay? Don't hold the cup area like this. You should hold it by the stem. Where is the stem? You see that long part, tiny part that touches the bottom of the glass cup? Yes, that is where you should hold it. That tiny part between the area where you pour the drink and the base, that is where you should hold. Don't hold your glass cup like this. You should hold it by the stem. I hope you're going to practice that right after the show, or even now. Go to your glass wine area, and then take a glass cup and try and hold it properly. Let's see if you do it well. All right, let's move on to the next one now. This is about passing food. When you're passing food, all right, always pass the food to your right. Okay, so here is a dining table. I'm here. Mommy is here. Daddy is here. Shola, Tolu is here. Uncle 1 is here. Uncle 2 is here. So like a 6, people dining table. Now, if you want to pass the food to the next person, so there's rice, there is salad, there is chicken, and so you're taking portion after portion. So you've taken a portion of rice, and then you want to pass that bowl of food to the next person. Don't pass it to the left, always to the right. So it means it goes from you to the right, and then it goes from that person beside you to the right of that person, and before you know it, everyone would have the food passed to them to serve themselves. Do you understand? Never you pass the food to the left of you, to your left hand side when you're dining. It should be to your right hand side. And of course, 2 more, and the next one will be, you should keep your conversation light and positive. Now, when you're eating, I know best conversations are, discussed, or they come up, they happen at meal times, but you should keep it light. That cannot be the time you want to tell a movie from beginning to the end. No, that should not be the time you want to narrate what happened in school. No, that shouldn't be. You should keep your conversation light. We're not saying you should go dumb when you're eating. That's not what LOLAH is saying today. But you should keep it light, keep it short, brief, okay? And making sense. That's not the time to crack joke. You don't want people to choke and start looking for water, and then the pepper is in their nose or something. No way. Keep your conversation light, and don't, crack jokes that, can throw everybody all over the place. And then they'll now, have you seen people laugh when there's food in their mouth? And then sometimes they will even throw up, and that's not good. So you should just avoid discussing any controversial topics that can cause argument or heated argument. Do you understand that? Good. And then lastly, we are discussing dining tips and dining etiquette. Don't forget. So lastly, what are we to do while at the dining table? You must be mindful of your volume. Don't talk too loudly. Be mindful of your volume. So you're talking and you're shouting, speaking at the top of your voice while at the dining table. No, that's not acceptable. Speak at a very low volume, okay? You see, I had to. So, of course, speak at a very low volume and don't talk too loudly. I hope you will be able to practice 1 or 10 of all these tips that I've given you today. And of course, who will not say thank you after a meal? Oh, thank you for the meal. It was delicious. Oh, thank you for hosting me, and I really enjoyed the meal. I really enjoyed the food. Oh, thank you for the food. Jollof rice is actually my best food. Just pass a compliment, appreciating your host. Don't just finish eating and then you just get up and that's it. No, you should say thank you. That will show that truly you have good manners. I hope you're going to practice these tips, and I look forward to seeing them in display when I invite you over for dinner. Yeah, it's possible. All right then, I appreciate you for listening and paying good attention. We'll go on a short break right now, and when we return, of course, you're going to be meeting our guests. Remember I said that, of course, it's a part 2 session on the program, and you will sure enjoy our conversation. See you soon.
Born Jeremiah Oyeni Obafemi on March 6, 1909, Obafemi Awolowo was a prime architect of Nigeria's independence and most consummate advocate of free education and social welfare in Africa's most populous nation. Erudite politician, thinker and philosopher, Awo was fondly addressed by associates and political colleagues, brought his unique attributes to bear on governance in the defunct Western region. He administered as leader of government business and the premier between 1955 and 1958. Obafemi Awolowo's premiership witnessed pioneering in multi-sectoral policy initiatives and execution. The Western region under his administration paraded several enviable records. First television station in Africa, first real estate in Nigeria, first high-rise building in Nigeria, first modern sports stadium in Nigeria, first agricultural settlement in Nigeria, first modern civil service secretariat in Nigeria, and first industrial estate in Nigeria. His face is on 100 naira denomination as a mark of honor for his distinguished services to his country. Western Spring Television identifies Obafemi Awolowo as a major character in history. Fumilayo Ransom Kuti was an educationist and advocate of women's rights. She was recognized for her vitriolic comments against colonial policy of taxation as it affected the Nigerian women. Bere, as fondly addressed by her women followers, Fumilayo championed the initiation of universal adult suffrage, which gave an unprecedented leeway for women to contest elective offices and power to exercise voting rights. Married to a foremost educationist and teacher, Israel Oladotun Ransom Kuti, the first president of Nigeria Union of Teachers, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti was the mother of children who inherited her spirit of activism. Olufela and Be Kololari, the former, a renowned musical legend. She was the first female student of Abeokuta Grammar School and the first female to own and drive a car in Nigeria. The award recipient of Member of Order of Nigeria MON and Lenin Peace Prize, was born on 25th October 1900 and was killed on 13th April 1978 by rampaging road soldiers in Lagos. Western Spring Television identifies Fumilayo Ransom Kuti as a watershed character in history.
Welcome. This is Kiddies World with LOLAH right here on Western Spring Television, Channel 190 DTT. So if you're just tuning in, it's all right. Well, you missed a bit, but don't worry, you'll still be able to catch up. Now we have our guest seated right here beside me with a smile. Aww. How are you today, darling?
Very fine, ma'am.
You're very fine. Now, this is a take 2. Because I remember, viewers, the last time she was here, we had a wonderful time discussing. As in, you know, it was her own personality that kind of like triggered quite a number of, you know, questions I had to ask on that particular episode. And I can remember one of the things that stood out for me and got everyone cracking. You want me to remind you what it was? Should I tell them what it was, or you just want them to go and watch that episode? I remember asking her that, okay, what is your best food? You can't believe what this damsel's best food is. Well, maybe that is also going to come up in the conversation, but let me introduce to you our beautiful princess and damsel, Adetunji Korede. Korede, darling, how are you today? I know you are fine. So let me quickly whisper what it is that stood out for me before we go on, because today we're discussing something entirely different, but I'm sure it's going to be a banger as well. So we asked her what her best food was, and Korede said her best food was, I don't even know how to say it. Like, should I, or would you rather do the honor?
I know.
I should just say it, huh? Okay, I'll bust it. So Korede's best food is dog. Like, yes, you heard me right, dog, D-O-G. And she has a way of even preparing it. She told us, you know, how to garnish. I mean, okay, so Korede, I don't want to distract our viewers today, but I just felt they should know that part of you. Tell us about yourself, Korede, for the sake of people who are just meeting you for the very first time. So go ahead and tell viewers about yourself.
My name is Adetunji Korede, and I am 10 years old.
10 years old, Adetunji Korede, okay, what class?
JSS3.
JSS3, okay, and yes, I know I don't want to say your best this, your best that, so just give us the details yourself.
My favorite color is saffron green.
Yes, there was that part of saffron green, and so we had to go Google and find out what saffron green was. But now I know it. Maybe you need to also go and find out what saffron green is. But that's Korede's best color. And your best what again now?
Favorite hairstyle.
Hairstyle. Oh, interesting. And that would be?
All back.
Wow, simple.
Yes.
Just all can roll backwards, and that's it for you?
Yes.
Okay, that tells me something about you, like you don't like stress.
Yes.
Oh, that is a good one. So today, thank you for that. Today we want to talk about something that has really been bothering me, and I know it's been bothering quite a number of adults as well, and that is kids fashion. When it comes to kiddies fashion, how far is too far? That's it. That's what we're talking about today. Kiddies fashion. How far is too far? Akorede, I'm asking you that question. In your own opinion, you're still a child, you were a baby, now you know your right from your left. Now I can see that you're a fashionista, as it were, because I can see necklace on your neck. I can see, you know, you're parking your hair. I mean, anyone that sees you will know that, oh, this girl is stylish and, you know, fashionable. So what is your own view about fashion for children?
Not only fashion for children, fashion for both children and adults should just be, in my own opinion, simple and classy.
Simple and classy. Okay, I will want us to define that a bit further. What is simple to you? Are we looking at convenience? Are we looking at not taking too much time? What is simple to you? Because you said simple and classy.
Simple is like something to my own convenience.
Okay, something that will not pose any inconvenience on you. Okay.
And something I can like just get dressed up in a few minutes.
Okay, so something that will not take too much of time. Okay, so classy, what would that be for you?
Something that makes me look different and
sophisticated. You see, that sophistication is what takes some mothers or aunties to the point of using frontal. You know what they call frontal?
Yes, I do.
Are you sure you do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you describe it to our viewers?
Like something like you have to.
Korede knows frontal. Korede is 10 years old and Korede knows frontal. Okay, we'll save
like
that.
Glue, like to.
They'll use glue. Oh, good. They'll glue the front part of the hair
to the child's hair, and now, like sometimes I used to see like mothers taking their children to a photo studio.
Yes, for photo shoots. We've seen. I mean, there was a time, Korede, that a video was trending on the social media platforms of a little girl. I'm not sure, maybe a 1-year-old girl who was engaged in a photo shoot, and the mother was in the salon with her. The child was crying. The child didn't want it, and the mother was like, "You must, you must, you must, you must." And eventually, they made the frontal installation on the baby. And the photo shoot, she was not happy. She had cried. I'm not even sure that child will not develop headache or fever afterwards. I mean, is that also sophistication for you?
No. My sophistication is like being yourself and being different from other people. But I've noticed that most people want to do what other people are doing.
Yes, they want to do what is trending. The last girl on TikTok, had, there's in fact, I mean, I just think that is weird. I just think that is weird. Do you think it is acceptable for any parent to want to have what we call like wig installation? I've seen some parents even fix nails, artificial nails for children. When it comes to those, ways of mannerism of fashion for children, what do you think of it?
I ask the question of how far is too far.
Okay.
The act of actually fixing
nails on maybe a 5-year, 10-year-old child,
it's too far.
It's too far.
Like in my own opinion.
Okay.
I actually used to paint my nails anytime I'm going for a party.
Oh, really?
But fixing it is actually a bit too far. It's actually, any child like that is actually too young. If you notice, there are some women, like when they grow up and then their nails always get disfigured.
Okay.
And they have to fix something on it every time.
Yes.
So that it will not...
They won't be out of place, or it won't look awkward.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what happens. When they are actually young and then they'll just...
You think that is what is responsible for it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for you, it's a no-no installing wig on a 1-year-old child. It's a no-no. You don't see yourself doing that for your child when you grow up. Okay, all right, that is for fashion. That is for hairstyling. Let's take a deeper look at dressing. Okay, so I know, of course, we have different opinion when it comes to dress sense. And come to think of it, for me, if you ask, dressing is firstly to cover our nakedness. True or false?
True.
True. Okay, so for me, that's the basic, that's the baseline. That is the only condition where I can say this cloth is a clothing and not just a rag, right? So when it comes to what we wear on our children, what is the benchmark? May I just put it the way I did before? How far is too far when it comes to clothes wearing, dress wearing?
I don't see a problem with a child wearing
heels, yeah, okay,
or a bum short, but it should not be too short. Like the bum short should not be too...
Okay, bum short. Now, bum short will of course open up your, thighs and all of that. But you're saying it should not be too short.
Some people have made bum short. Like
I thought the short is in the name already.
Yes, body.
Or bum shorter or shortest.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. Bum short should reach here or here. But some people have made it to be like a pant.
Oh, that part of looking like a pant is horrible, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the dress, your own, but how about, those mini macro skirts, and then you say, oh, wear heels with it. Have you seen some children in party, like birthday parties and occasions like that? Have you seen some children
I've
there?
never seen them in birthday parties, because I'm not a fan of going to parties.
Okay.
But I've actually seen children doing something like that on TikTok. But I don't find a problem with the child wearing shorts. It should either be a pop socks or a leggings.
Okay.
Or the short skirts. The child should wear a tight under it. So if anything happens, anything can happen.
Like what, Korede?
Like breeze,
like breeze blowing the...
Yeah, yes.
Oh, okay, so that you don't expose every nature right there, right?
Yes,
okay, all right, that is understandable. Let's take it down to makeup. How far is too far
for makeup.
Lashes, because see, sometimes when you even want to shop for yourself, I see items posted and I'm like, hey, we don't even know whether this is for a child or for an adult anymore, because everything has just, like dark wall, like a network. You can't tell what is for an adult and what is for a child anymore, because children will have their own nose rings, children will have their own sunshade, children will have their own necklace, children will have their own lipstick. I mean, almost everything is there, so you really cannot tell. So we've seen some parents say, oh, it's nothing, eyelashes for children and all of that. Is it a good idea that you start, doing makeup for a child just because maybe a child of 5, a child of 7-year-old, a child of even 4-year-old, and then you're just, taking them to a makeup artist and putting all the foundation and all the palettes on them? Does that really make sense to you, Korede?
I'm actually very young.
You're very young, you're 10-year-old.
Yes. So,
okay.
As a GSS3 student.
As a GSS3 student,
that makes me actually like to do something.
Like an adult.
Not like an adult.
Okay.
Putting makeup, eyeshadow and everything is wrong.
Okay.
But
I know, but for
applying lip gloss on your lips is
fine.
Yes.
Okay, but lipstick,
putting color,
and now that Harmattan is around the corner, dehydration on our skin, your lips will be dry and all of that. So now is the time to justify lip gloss for children, right? Okay, so but then we have some lip gloss that changes color.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you say about that?
Really do have a problem.
Okay, you don't think that is right?
Yes.
Okay, and so you curve your hair, bro, you do all of that. Makeup generally, you don't think children should make up their faces?
I'm
That's because it's their graduation. They're graduating from nursery to primary, so they can wear a makeup.
Like the last set in our school when they were having their graduation.
Okay.
The girls fixed their nails, had frontals, did makeup.
That's secondary class.
GSS3, GSS3 as well. Like.
Okay.
Because it was their graduation.
So they graduated into adulthood too. From GSS3? Well, okay, so do you think there are consequences for, quickly introducing some fashion sense into children inappropriately? A child is just graduating from nursery to maybe KG to nursery or nursery to primary class, and you think, oh, come do frontals, I can afford it, come fix your nails. What are the consequences for that? Do you think that,
I really don't know symptoms of skin cancer, but they could have been like
prone to that.
Yes, ma'am.
Because of early exposure to those chemicals and all of that, why their skin is not matured enough to be able to, fight and resist those things, right?
Yes,
okay, what about the place of their self-esteem? Do you think it can have a toll on how they perceive themselves or see themselves?
My confidence is different from being proud. But if you are confident, you know that you can do some things. And if you are proud, that means you see yourself in. I
understand.
It's good to do like things for your children so that they will not be feeling lower than their peers.
Good.
You say something like,
you don't kill their esteem.
You say something like low self-esteem. So if I tell my daddy that my classmates are buying lip gloss, that I also need one,
yes,
he doesn't have a problem with buying me a lip gloss.
Okay.
But when it comes to my exams, and then he sees that the scores are reducing from the time I did not have a lip gloss, he would have a problem
with buying you that lip gloss
when that one finishes.
Okay, so if he sees that you're able to handle that thing, he doesn't have a problem with it.
Yes.
But if it affects you, maybe psychologically, academically, or maybe even in your social behavior and all of that, he will probably withdraw that privilege, right? Which is good enough. And some people have this mindset that if you use makeup, it's because you feel you're not beautiful enough.
Yes.
Oh, you believe in that also?
No.
Okay. Yes. No. Please explain yourself.
My makeup is different from makeup. My makeup.
There you go again. Makeup is different from makeup. Okay. So what is makeup and what is makeup?
My makeup, I can use makeup. In my house, according to my parents,
okay,
the extent of me using makeup is lining my lips. After that, there's no
other permission to go further. Okay,
that is makeup.
That is makeup. But then there are also
makeup. My makeup is like when there's foundation, there's concealer, there's everything like. And then when they feel it's too
mascara,
much, and then everything just melts down.
Melts like an ocean, you know, or like is it a rock now melting like a volcano?
Something like that. And then they'll just look like, who is this?
I mean, okay, I know that is to the extreme. Okay, so you believe, yes, a child can still apply a level of makeup, but a childlike makeup, like lip gloss, is fine enough. Okay, so, and I should also think, even as we begin to round up this segment now, you know, that if makeup is, or some adult kind of fashion is introduced to a child too early, that can make the child have a low self-esteem. You know, like, and so your grandma is on the phone early in the morning and your grandma is making a video call until, so your mom says, oh, girl, come on, great grandma. Say, what call is that? Is that a video call? No, mom, no, I can't talk to her right now. And the girl is in primary school. I can't talk to her. No, my face is, I've not done my makeup. I mean, isn't that not going to be weird? Because it means that child, as it were, does not think that she is beautiful enough.
Yes, like people that bleach their skin, that's what I actually think of them. I know. And
that children bleaching is another thing entirely, because most times parents want to use the cosmetics, the skin product they use on their own skin on children's skin, and I don't think that is good enough, because these children's skins are still, you know, developing and sensitive, and of course they may look like well, but then I don't think we're doing good to their skin. What do you think?
I also do not think so. I noticed something that if you are normally black, like me, I'm black.
Black skin girl, brown. We don't say black, we say brown skin girl.
So like I saw a old woman when I went to buy something.
Okay.
And then the woman is black.
Okay.
And when she grew older, she didn't look that old. She was just like still okay for her age. Okay. Boy, if you are like not, if you had bleached your skin, yes, and then you get old, you notice that there will be some
wrinkle, wrinkle, reddish spots, and all of that. And at that time, you know, the skin is returning back to where it came from, sort of, and of course, it can make the person look older than the person is. So for you, how far is too far? Kids, fashion, lipstick. So when I say it, you say too far. If it's okay, you say okay. So should we?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Okay. How far is too far? Korede, lip gloss.
It's okay.
Lipstick.
Not okay.
Fixing a frontal for a child. Okay. Having a good child-like hairstyle is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Revealing back clothes, seamless, backless, what have you?
Not okay.
Not okay. Which mind did you use to say that one? Your church mind?
Yes.
Or your Korede mind?
My classmates. Like so.
Okay, all right. Okay then. So of course, let's go to this one. Eyelashes?
Not okay at all. No.
That's too far. Okay. White powder?
It's fine.
It's fine.
But
okay.
I don't like it.
But you don't like it. So what do you rub on your face?
My cream.
Just your cream. And I must tell you, you have a beautiful skin and your face is glowing. What's the secret?
My cream.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. And so children, I know you want to be like an adult. In fact, that is one of the characteristics of children. They want to behave like an adult. That is why you see children, you know, 1 year, 2 year old wearing their mother's high heel because they also want to walk in heels. It's okay, it's fine, but you cannot do what will put your future in a dangerous state, all right? Of course, wait for your time, like I used to tell children. When you get to that time, you will do enough of this fashion, you know, explore it, and who even knows, you know, fashion also evolves. So maybe during your time, you even have more fashionable things to do. So wait for your time, children, and don't rush too much.
I have a question.
Okay, Korede, as we round up.
I don't understand mommies.
Okay, how?
Ma, my classmate said something like that. Mommy say, wait for your time.
Yes.
And then there's another one that goes like, time waits for nobody. Ma, so...
Time might not wait for you, but you can wait for time.
Ma, yes.
All right, so what mommy must have meant by wait for your time is grow up chronologically. Like you're a 10-year-old now, in due time, you're going to be 20 years old. Can you be 20 years old right now?
No.
That is what we mean by wait for your time. But time waits for no one is if there are things you're supposed to do when you're a 10-year-old and you do not do it, when you're a 20-year-old, you might not be able to come back to 10-year-old to do them. Do you understand now?
Yes, ma'am.
So have I been able to clarify that?
Yes, ma'am.
Good one, Korede. And that is Atetunji Korede for you who had been engaged with me in, of course, kids fashion. How far is too far? Well, this is not to discriminate or, you know, well, abuse anyone, but of course the choice still remains yours. I would rather suggest that you consider the advantages more than how you feel or what people will feel or the trend that is going around. Look at the possible effect, negative and positive, on your child before engaging in a particular fashion trend. Okay? And of course, thank you so much, Korede, for coming again and giving us an expose on the topic. By the way, I love your hairstyle. I love your skin. I love your dress sense. You are just on point. Give me a high five, darling. All right, so don't go anywhere, viewers. We're coming up with a game segment right after this. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back, and I'd like to say thank you so much, all right, for joining us on today's episode of Kiddies World with LOLAH. We want to appreciate you for staying tuned to us, and of course I want to remind you not to forget to join us this time, same station, all right. And of course, you're going to be enjoying fresh episodes of the program Kiddies World with LOLAH. I want to appreciate my audience today, and most especially Korede Adetunji for being a wonderful guest on this episode today. Okay, don't forget to check us out on YouTube. You can catch us there. All right, Western Spring Television is the name. Make sure you subscribe. Press the subscribe button, and of course you'll be notified every time we go live. And oh yes, festive period is around the corner. Make sure you make good preparations for that. Let me give you a clue. Start your shopping now and do not wait till December. Until next week, next time when we come your way again, make sure you practice those dining etiquette tips. It will save you. I wish you success in your coming examination. Until next time, I say bye.